Hey folks, how's it going today? All right, so today I wanted to walk through a very intriguing, unique ETF called BLOK. BLOK ETF, and it's by Amplify. Okay, I've been asked in the comments to do a review on this ETF. While it is more of a growth ETF, it's focused more on price performance. There isn't still, interestingly enough, there is still a dividend payout to this ETF, and as a result, we can talk about it in this channel. And so I want to walk through BLOK, the ETF by Amplify, and share with you guys my perspective on it, my opinion of it, and why I think it is intriguing if you are a crypto bull. So let's jump into it. All right, guys. First and foremost, I want to shout out the Patreon community. We have some new members. So shout out to Paul, to Christian. I'm just going to call out everyone because I really can't thank you guys enough for everyone that has joined the Patreon, jumped in the community, and is seeing value from it. So Christian, Steve, Pigs Go Broke, Carol, of course, DW, Waldir, Mike, Robert, Sandro, and Chad. I can't thank you all enough. If you want to jump in the Patreon, we have a $5 tier or a $15 tier. Please jump in. I really do hope you guys find value in it. If you do, let me know in the comments below or in the Patreon community. All right, folks. So BLOK. What is BLOK? Well, it's Amplify's transformational data sharing ETF, which is primarily focused on blockchain companies that are investing in blockchain, fintech companies, but some outside of there. And let's look at what they say in terms of why you should invest in BLOK. Well, you should embrace the future of finance. If you want to embrace the future of finance, you can invest in blockchain technology, crypto technology. It's a dynamic and forward-thinking fund that uses an active portfolio management dynamically and adjusts holdings based on industry trends and based on their criteria. They have had a very strong strategy. From what I've seen, it really, it says here 2018, but from what I'm seeing, that it's truly started in 2020 in terms of its ramp up. But a proven strategy, and it has shown great results over the past 5-6 years. So I think it is an intriguing fund. It has a decent amount of assets under management at 1 billion. And it has 53 shares and 53 holdings, rather, not shares, 53 holdings, and a fairly reasonable expense ratio for its structure. This fund is primarily focused on growth, and you can see based on the assets. And this fund also doesn't implement any covered call strategies whatsoever. It is more focused on growth, but it does have an element of distribution, and it does so basically. It invests 80% of its funds. It's investing in equities, and then I believe 20% is left for discretionary strategies. Some of those strategies being they buy convertible debt and convertible securities. And as a result of that, they do get a bit of an interest and an income from that yield. All right, so we'll speak to that in a moment. But effectively, if you are a bull on crypto, if you're a bull on blockchain, if you're a bull on revolutionary fin technology, then this is an interesting one for you. And you can see here, BLOK invests at least 80% of its net assets in securities of companies actively involved in development and utilization of blockchain technologies. And so they have a couple different criteria and what those are. We're going to look through the prospectus just a bit to take some snippets and some insights from that. You can read up on what blockchain technology is. If you know, you know. If you don't know, don't invest in this. You have to be a bull on this. But looking at their top holdings, and I actually want to review all of their holdings. You can see that it's a lot of like mining companies. So Cipher Mining, they have Robinhood, which I'm sure has helped their growth considerably. Galaxy Digital, which is a big crypto holding company. Coinbase, Marketplace, of course. Roblox, not really in crypto, but certainly like a tech company, a gaming company. Maybe they have some small crypto or they have their own crypto in a sense with Robux, but not outwardly a crypto strategy. But strategy or micro strategy certainly is one. Bed Bath and Beyond, is that just a meme stock that they're holding? I'm not really sure. Hut 8 mining company. But let's look at their full list. We talked about their top here, but CleanSpark, I believe is crypto or energy. PayPal, fintech, of course, BlackRock, Block, TerraWolf, Mercado Libre is a marketplace, I'm pretty sure. Um, looks like they're just holding some just Bitcoin on the books. Interesting. NVIDIA, of course, AI focused, not really crypto, but AI. Broadcom, AI. GameStop, meme stock. Taiwan Semi. Um, they have some spot Bitcoin ETFs here as well. Dell, definitely not a crypto company. AMD, more again, chip focused, but not again crypto focused. Mara, Riot, Mastercard, of course, Visa, um, et cetera, et cetera. Okay, so you can see kind of the chemistry here is primarily crypto, finance, and then kind of the AI tech, and then some, I guess, meme stocks with like GameStop and Bed Bath and Beyond. So like kind of a bit of a mixed bag. Um, the benefit is like their investments into things like Hood and things like strategy and maybe Coinbase at the time, and some of these mining companies have definitely paid great dividends and have definitely shown great results. And we'll look at those results in a moment. But now let's look at some of the criterias within the prospectus. I don't want to bore you too much, but let's jump right into the prospectus a bit. They have some criteria around which companies they invest in. I don't want to bore you with all of this, but effectively, um, the companies they select have to be actively engaging in research and development of transformational data sharing technology. And I guess they're considering like a NVIDIA and other and like a AMD as part of that portfolio, which makes sense. Another thing, these companies have to be profiting from transformational data sharing applications such as transaction data, cryptocurrency, and supply chain data. So again, like your crypto marketplaces, your miners, etc. All right. So, as a non-principal, as a secondary investment, as part of this, they will also invest in both convertible securities and debt securities, and those are the assets. Those are the assets that are providing the yield. The yield on this fund is about 4.5%. So there's a bit of that, and I think it's cool to have a yield. The yield payout is unique in this case. It's only a 1 year payout. Rather, the payout, the distribution happens one time a year. So keep that in mind. If you're looking for a monthly payout, that's not this. This is going to be more of a. The distribution is more of an additive. It's not the main attraction here. Okay. So now let's go to the fun part. Let's get to the fun part. Let's look at the performance of this fund. All right. Let's look at the performance of the fund. So I'm going to compare this fund against some other related funds, and also against the QQQs. So Block, as we mentioned, this is the key fund, the QQQ, the NASDAQ 100. We're going to compare it against ARK-D, which is ARK Kathy Wood's blockchain strategy ETF, and also ARK-F, which is their fintech ETF. All right. And so over the past year, Block has returned a 94% return, guys. 94% return. Compare that to QQQ, which is at a 25% return. So certainly Block, from a return standpoint, has been super attractive. If you compare it against ARK-D, 80%, and ARK-F, actually 97%. All right. If we go to a snapshot view of 5 years, okay, Block has delivered 230% return over a 5 year period. Okay. That's primarily like led by a lot of the stuff they have in with Nvidia, a lot of the assets they have with Hood right now, and some of the crypto companies in their portfolio, and that's really helped amplify this amazing performance over the past 5 years. Compare that versus the QQQs. They've only done 122%, which is also amazing to get 122% yield performance total return over a 5 year period. You should be happy with that, but over a 5 year period to do 230%, that's special. Now you expand out ARK-D and ARK-F over a 5 year period. ARK-D doesn't come is a newer fund, but ARK-F has been around. So ARK-F really, while that 1 year period looked good, over the 5 year period, it's only done 47% total yield, total performance rather, whereas Block has done through 230%. So certainly from a performance standpoint, This is really, really attractive. This is an intriguing equity. This is an intriguing ETF. We're kind of at a, I don't say a peak, but we're definitely in a bull patch, right? You know what I'm saying? Like we're in a kind of a bull cycle. So, it's an interesting time to invest. It's an intriguing time. I don't know. I would consider it, but also like be wary. You can see here that kind of there's been two major spikes. There was like one back in 2020, 2021, and then we kind of had a crypto winter through 2022, 23, and then coming to 24 and 25, we saw the spike again. So, there's intrigue, but be wary with this. And then I wanted to just speak on the yield here. So it's very unique that something that's performing with that type of total performance, 230% over the past 5 years, plus 100% total performance over the past year. Equities like that, ETFs like that, don't provide a yield. This one is providing 4.13% dividend yield over a trailing 12-month period. I mean, that's really interesting to do that type of performance on growth, plus give you a bit of dividend. Even this is a better dividend than SCHD in a way. It is. It's a better yield than SCHD. So to do all that is intriguing. Now, is that going to be consistent? I don't know. It has grown its dividend 46% over a 5-year period, but negative 20% over a 3-year period. So I don't know how stable this yield is, and I want to do some more research on the understanding fully how they're even fully developing and pumping out this income. I don't know if it's through capital gains, if it's just through the debt securities and the convertible debt and the convertible securities, but we want to define that a little bit further. I want to do a little more due diligence on that. But outside of that, guys, I think it is an intriguing fund. Face value, it's quite interesting. If you're bought into those companies, both on blockchain and the miners and of course the AI ones, then this could be an interesting play, guys. It is a higher risk one, so please do your due diligence and please consider it at your own risk. Invest it with your own risk. But outside of that, guys, let me know in the comments below. I know it's a bit of a longer video. Let me know in the comments below. Outside of that, guys, all the best. Cheers.